Well, as we walk around Riverside County, we're hearing from voters their concerns about public safety, about crime going up in their neighborhoods, very concerned with property crimes. They're telling me all the time their neighbor's car's been broken into or their neighbor's house has been broken into, and they're very aware that there's not any real punishment happening in Riverside County right now for many of those crimes. You know, one of the things that we need to do is strengthen our domestic violence unit and our sexual assault unit. Those two units are very important in the office. They protect the most vulnerable victims in our society, which is women and children. The DA's focus has to be on those crimes, and unfortunately it hasn't been. So we're going to refocus on domestic violence, we're going to refocus on sexual assault and child abuse in a way that protects the citizens of this county. Gangs are a scourge in our community. I mean, I think they're about the most important, maybe the root cause of most of the crimes that we see in our community is going to go back to gangs or some relation to gangs. What we need to do is make sure that we're investing our resources into the gang task forces, putting our district attorney investigators back out into the gang task forces to make sure that they are gathering gang intelligence so that we can solve these crimes. And this is a priority. It has to be a priority for the district attorney's office because there's so many families out there, so many people out there that are being victimized by gang members, and you can't measure the effects of that either in human terms or in economic terms. And we've got to put a stop to it and do everything that we can do to stop this. One of the things that one of my platforms, one of my ideas is that I want to start a community prosecution unit. And a community prosecution unit would have our DAs going out into the community, into gang-ridden neighborhoods, into community organizations that work with gang members and with young kids that maybe are at risk of going into gangs, and get them to turn away from gangs before they start. Turn their heads towards other things, whether it could be sports, it could be academic pursuits, but anything to keep them from gangs, from even getting that started. And we have to start as young as 10, 11 years old. And our DAs are going to go out in the community, volunteer their time, even if that means they leave work an hour early, that's fine because they're out there working to get the crime rate down. That's the job of the prosecutor's office. That's the job of the district attorney, is to bring the crime rate down and keep people safe. We need to put an end to early release. It's been a disaster for Riverside County. There's a whole slew, a whole level of crimes that are not being punished in this county. The current district attorney has embraced it early on to the point where about 67% of our cases end in early release, and we need to put a stop to that. Criminals, when they commit a crime, they're prosecuted, they need to serve their time. You know, I'm running for district attorney because Riverside County residents deserve a district attorney that puts public safety first, and that's what we have to get back to. We were always focused on public safety in the DA's office, and we have to go back to that. And we can do better than what we're doing now. That's why I'm running for DA, because we need to have a district attorney solely focused on public safety, bringing the crime rate down, and on integrity, and staying away from a lot of the politics that can get involved in being a government official. DAs are different. DAs are not like other elected officials. They have to focus solely on protecting the public, and that's why I'm running, because we can do better than what we've been doing.